Hi there, my name is Dr. Joe Burns and welcome to my channel. I wanted to just kind of talk to you a little bit in this video about what I do, the pieces of, and what you'll find here as you look through the videos and things. So really when it comes to my philosophy about money, my teachings about money, I kind of really couch them in kind of three areas. The first one's money mindset. The next one is money trauma. And the third one is money and racism. A lot of people always go and say, "Hey Joe, like what's the difference between these things? How do you see them and what you want to do?" So that's what I want to share with you today, as you're watching this video, because it's important, right? There are different aspects of our lives with how we approach money, how it affects us, how we show up in the world, and when money's involved, we can look at these different areas of our lives and be like, okay, where does this land, and how can we fix it, right? If we want some different results, we need to change what we're doing. But if we're not aware of where the issues are coming from or what's causing them, it makes it really hard for us to look at our lives and say, hey, I need to change either my mindset. Do I need to change the emotional side or the trauma side? Or is it a cultural, or am I really just, where's the teachings coming from? That's what I really want to talk about, because a lot of people would say most everything is like money mindset. Like it's all mindset, and if you get your mindset straight, then it all changes and we'll solve. I'm like, well, not necessarily, right? So let's talk about money mindset for a second. Money mindset, the way to categorize this is money mindset is what you think about money. So think about your brain, right? How you process it when you have decisions to make about money. What choices do you make? Now, it does get a little tricky, and we could go into word trickiness, but I like to categorize it here. So what do you think about money? How do you interact with it? What logical choices are you making when it comes to money? That would be a mindset issue. Okay, so when you look at it, think about, hey, what do I think about money in this situation? That's going to be a mindset issue, right? And we can change mindset through lots of different tools and just changing the way we think about money. Now, number two, and again, these are generalized categories, and sometimes they bleed, but generalized categories in what's happening, right? Inside our brains and in our bodies and in our world. The second one is money trauma, right? And I like the categories of money trauma is, how do we feel about money? How does it make you feel? What are the emotions that are coming up when you think about money or when you have interactions with money? Right? Our body remembers. We can even check in with our body to say, hey, where am I feeling different things, right? The trauma is eliciting a response in our bodies and our emotions with how we feel towards it. That's why sometimes it can feel very irrational, the choices we make when it comes to money. Okay, other things too, but we're talking specifically about money. Again, the money trauma side is going to be, how does it make us feel and where are we feeling it in our bodies? Because it's a great indication for us to start looking at using what tools we have to solve for that, right? To release the trauma, to heal it, so that it doesn't continue to be a problem when it comes to money. Last thing, and definitely not least, right? What we're talking about, Joe, what are you talking about when you're talking money and racism? Under this category, I've put a lot of things because there's so many different facets and ways we could go with this, right? One is systemically, how does it show up in the systems we've created in our communities, right? That are necessarily not good towards certain groups of people. Now, you could take that lots of different ways, and throughout the videos, I explain a lot of like what I see for specific examples, but that's one area. Another area that also I like to put in this, under this banner of money racism, is culturally, how has money shown up in your life? Or how is it affected culturally, right? So that's a lot of different ways. So let's break down the culture part. Was it a family culture? Maybe. Remember, we'll still couch it out here. Is it a societal culture, right? Is the culture you grew up in, right, would land in here, right? Is it a certain part of the world where you're from? Like, and just expand out from there. So we're going to always couch the culture piece in this money and racism, under the money and racism banner, because there's so many facets that come from it. A lot of us learn behavior from other people. With generational trauma here, well, not the trauma itself, because I go to trauma, but like generational things like that. So there's a lot of different areas. So when we're looking at money, when we're looking at the different areas and how it can affect our lives, these are the three areas that I like to focus on, because we can usually put one of the experiences you're having under one of these three banners. And then it allows our brains to kind of categorize them a little better. It gives us some ways we can attack the issues that we want to solve for. And it makes explaining it a whole lot better. As you watch the rest of the videos, just kind of think, hey, how does this, again, for the first one, money mindset is going to fall under, like, how do I think about this, right? What's the brain saying? 2, money trauma, right? How is it feeling, like the heart, but the rest of the body, how's it feeling? And 3, when we look at really money and racism, is it a system problem? Is it a cultural problem? And where did I learn this from? Then we can start making changes in our lives if we start looking at these this way and start changing things up. So yeah, so as you watch the rest of the videos, just think about these things, think about how this affects you in these areas, and it will be a lot easier to kind of deconstruct them in your brain in a way that will help you start to heal your overall relationship with money and how you interact with it. So keep watching for more awesome videos, and like and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks. See ya.